It's another edition of Insta Chat with the Journalist. I'm Andile, aka the Journalist DJ, and today my guest is the Cave Man and TonicVolts, which is a duo that does like Afro Tech and Afro House. And you guessed it, you know where they're from, Afro Tech, Afro House cats, most of them are from KZN. And yeah, man, these two are from KZN. And yeah, if you follow the Afro Tech movement, then you must have heard of the Cave Man and TonicVolts, either individually or as a duo. They gave us like club bangers like Bestia, or is it Bestia, Ikhuzeni. They also gave us like a classic Mabudede with Toshi. So yeah, man, I just thought I should chat to the gents and understand their journey, you know what I mean? And, hopefully they can share some insights on how they keep making such hard, dope music. So yeah, man, the Caveman and TonicVolts, ladies and gents. Any questions, let me know. Let's get the show on the road. Wait, thank you so much for tuning in to the journalistdj.com, the #1 dance music culture platform. Hey, Shosho Bafetu.
Hola, boy. How's it, man?
Hola.
Hey, man. Good. How are you guys?
Yeah, we all good, man. We all good, my brother. We all good, man.
Look, I had to reach out to you guys, man, because, I love your music. I know you guys have been putting in some work, and, your sound is different, So I had to reach out to you guys and understand the story, you guys are a duo. You do Afro Tech, Afro House. Individually, you also, individual artists. So I just want to know, man, the duo, the Caveman and TonicVolts. How did you guys come together?
Right. So
when was it? 2016.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's it started off. Well, the formal introduction of it all was in the year 2016. But prior to that, we had been assisting each other in each other's projects. I know with my man TonicVolts, he's been the master of melodies. Most of my songs went back when I was the Caveman only.
I think the first projects we did,
which
really highlights. When the project? I've forgotten the title of the project, but it was coming out on More Black. So it was released by the Caveman.
Yeah. Wamuhle.
Yes, it was released by the Caveman. So I don't know. He sends me the song, and then he sends me the MP3 file, and then on top of the MP3 file, I just played a little melody on it. Yeah, and then I guess that's where it started, and then I had to remix the song, and
yeah. So with those, so what had happened was, we noticed that, with some of the songs that he produced, and whenever I touched on the percussion, everything would just blend in and just work out, So late 2015, we decided that, what, as of 2016, we are gonna formally be a duo, and we are formally gonna be one brand. We realized that with his inputs and mine towards one song, it's always powerful at all times.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And why Afro House and Afro Tech? Why not Amapiano or Grom? Because you guys are from KZN. Why Afro House and Afro Tech?
Our brands have always been under the Afro House, tribal house scene, since the beginning. Like since I started, I remember I used to be chatting Aphrodisia. If you know the site Aphrodisia, I was under the tribal house scene. The Caveman as well was doing tribal house. So as tribal house grew, because from my understanding is that Afro House came out of tribal house from the beginning. When you remember, there were guys like Dakapo who were doing tribal house back then. Problem Child, Da Cuba, They were within the tribal house scene, and then now it has developed to Afro house. So I can say we've always been under the Afro house scene.
So and just to add on to that, yeah, man, almost all of us, even including Njabulo, you know, he was once dedicated to tribal house. Black Coffee's sounds as well, back in the year 2008, 2006, his sound was influenced by tribal house. So we have always been influenced by those individuals as well, which led to the sound that we produce. So now that it's Afro Tech, we have sort of like modernized tribal house, so to speak. You know, we have modernized it. We've added a bit of electronic elements to it, and yeah, man, it's you know, the target market as well is different. You know, before we were just aiming SoundCloud, and you know, we would just be sitting waiting for fans to come out in random. But now when we produce music with the intention of having that particular song playing in festivals. We sort of like have an image of where we want the song to be played.
So SoundCloud and data file host. You know data file host, like it's
Yeah.
Yeah. We started off from the bottom, and yeah, now it's different, man. So yeah, why not go? Some of our songs, actually, if you pay attention to it, like the last song that we released, Guerra. When we released that sound, we the song is influenced by Igom, but not specifically for Igom. So we were like, you know what, we want to release a song together with Ubegs in Terrace. The aim was the song that we want to release now can be played by any DJ
within the concept,
not limited to a particular scene. So we had a different approach to the whole game. You know, we had a song that can be played by anyone. Literally, any DJ can play that song anywhere. You know. So yeah, man, our sound is influenced. Even Ikhuzeni, you listen to Ikhuzeni, it has that boom is group feel to it. You know, so we keep the elements there so that we accommodate all sorts of listeners. You know,
we are basically within the dance music scene. So Gom is also dance music. Afro House is dance. Afro Tech is dance music.
I'm a piano, yeah. But we like Amapiano as well. We appreciate the sound. We appreciate the fact that it is a sound that comes from our country as well. It's a display of how creative we are from a musical aspect as a unit. But however, you know, each brand has its own influences and directions, and that this is just how we do our thing.
Yeah, man, you know, it's interesting that, you know, you mentioned that when you guys produce, you know, you guys have, you know, you're intentional about where the music is going, you know. And I know obviously at the moment there's restrictions and all that, and you know, it's hard to travel. But you guys, like, where, you know, in which scene or which countries do you guys want to see your music dominate, and why?
Oh, it has to be Spain.
I think it should be the whole world. Our music has to go global, bro. Like it's already going global. Yeah, well, but there's more to it. Like there has to be more. The fact that we've been able to reach all these countries, including the USA, parts of Europe, Russia, Italy, France, you know. So we have the potential to go further, even Asia. Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
So,
You know, yeah, no, sorry to cut you. You're saying?
Yeah. So, So just to add on to that, so, you know, when you listen to songs like Bestia and the Rebels, you know, you can tell that it is a festival orientated song. You know, a song that even though there aren't any vocals, but the song really dominates in festivals. So we may not be limited to Spain, but Spain contains a massive stage. You know, there's many other platforms, many other festivals. But the long and short of it all is that with our music, we just aim at those festivals, man. That's where we want to be. Ultimately, that's where we also want to perform. You know, so we feel that if our entry point is our sound, one day when we get to that stage, we can literally play our sound the entire time, you know, for as long as we're there. Yeah, man.
No, I hear you, man. And then locally, you know, here in SA, you know, some DJs complain that, you know, the South African market, like they just want to hear what's trending at the moment. So if you're an Afro duo and you get booked to play, does it ever happen that people come to you and they're like, Joe, switch to Amapiano or whatever? And how do you guys deal with situations like that?
It happens. It happens,
It
bro.
happens a
You
lot.
know, like here in Durban, you'd play at a venue and then they'd request for you to play Aibo. But we're not boom DJs. Like, from the fact that we book here based on our sound, based on what they're exposed to with us, you know. So maybe in Joburg as well, they'd be requesting our piano. You know, that happens, especially here in South Africa. You know, they actually follow trends, of which you just gotta show up and show out with your sound. Make sure they dance. Make sure they feel what you've been feeling within the sound. So it's all about that, man. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you know, I just want to talk a bit about the music, right? You know, on what inspired, like, you know, your songs, like your song, you know, Bestia. You know, you guys touched on it earlier on. You know, it has a very raw, you know, listening to that song, you would think that a white producer made that song. And I know you guys touched a bit about, you know, taking your song international. But what was the inspiration behind that song, and what does Bestia mean?
Bestia is basically a beast, literally a beast. It's beast in the Italian language, right? So Bestia means beast, all right? So if you listen to the song, it is a beast of a song, straight. Look,
within the bridge, listen to the bridge, you hear the beast roar. Then you'll know. So now we are within.
Yeah. So when basically when we produce our music, we want to produce music that'll stand out amongst the rest. You know, with every song that we produce, ultimately it is about having long-lasting music. Till this day, I think Bestia is like what 2021 now. It's like 3-4 years old, but you can still play it today, and it'll still sort the crowd out for you, like properly. You know, so so with us, it's about, you know, music with distinction, man. Music that stands out amongst the rest, and it is and a sound that does not forget where we come from. So it has those Afro elements to representing who we are, where we come from. Even though the whole you know, the electronic elements are formally, you know, from the Western countries, you know, but we have fused everything together with the African elements, and, you know, all the way down to us, who we are. And that's how you got your Bestia, you know?
Because you've seen that you do find Afro House DJs play Bestia. You do find melodic techno DJs like Taylor Fast play techno. Other melodic techno DJs, because I've seen it that it's mostly within the techno house scene. You know, like internationally, you've seen Julia and Gioli or something like that. The two duo girls from Europe. They never missed a song. Taylor Fast never missed a song, which was very inspiring as well. Yeah.
Wow. And what does it mean when you guys see, like, you know, an international DJ play your song? You know, do you guys reach out to them? Like, how do you, or you just leave it like, it's whatever, you know? How do
we
you
see an opportunity, man? We see an opportunity. Even though we're artists, we produce, we DJ, but we're also business minded. So we're never limited to music only. We see a business opportunity. We see a brand having an opportunity. We see a brand being exposed to a particular part of, you know, this world that we could possibly capitalize on one day. So we look into that beyond what the natural eye will see, you know. So yeah, when we see things like this happen, you know, when Taylor Bass, for an example, when those guys played Bestia, it was a massive stage. We were shocked, you know, when Mo Black sent us that clip. You know, we were amazed, you know, and not forgetting our brothers, you know, Black Coffee, Temba, you know, our big brothers. They do represent our sound as well. You know, they play it a lot. So when those things happen, even though we may not reach out to those guys, because we're also retaining the dignity of the brand as well, you know. But ultimately, we see it as a business opportunity for us. You know, one day we will get to that stage. You know, we have made a mark for ourselves with that particular brand. So one day they will consider us. You know?
And also getting to know what's as in right here we did something. You know, when you see your song play in such stages, like automatically you know what we did something here. We cooked the beast here. Yeah, well. So that is also something.
Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure.
Okay, I know, dope, man. And then, you know, what is the inspiration behind Ikhuzeni? I mean, if you understand Zulu, you know what that means, but, you know, for those that may not know.
Yeah.
And Ikhuzeni. I wonder when you say Ikhuzeni, yeah, but hold it back, you know, like, hey,
this thing is
now
coming
it's
too
hard.
hard. Yeah, this thing is coming too hard.
Hey, because when you hear the song, even that vocal comes before the bridge, you know, before it cuts off, you know, because it's like, whoa.
Hey, hold back, guys. You guys are about to. Hey, you are killing us here. The song is aggressive. It is so aggressive that you know we need to be held back. You know the way we come in with those drums, with those congas, those shakers, the kick. You know, and ultimately we try our best to embrace our culture, who we are. You understand? It has been a long time since you heard Ingoma Eganjiana, that you can tell with, you know what, Uzulu, you know. So yeah, so when it goes on and it says, you know, Ikhuzeni, you know, it just hold these guys back, man. You know, they you know they are pretty aggressive right now, you know. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know, you know, you guys don't compromise, man. You go hard, you know. But you know, for me, my favorite song from you guys is, you know, Mabudede, you know. It's just, you know, so yeah, you know, what, you know, you guys work there with the vocalist, and you know, and we who melodied the song down, made it a bit soulful. But yeah, you know, what was in your minds when you guys made that song?
That song is a very special song to us, actually. At that point, I remember that Toshi and Black Coffee, they just recently worked on Ubuya, you know. And we had just recently formed our brand as well. So it was literally one of the biggest, projects that we had worked on with one of the biggest vocalists, you know, within our own rights, because we had never done any vocal song per se as a duo. So you know, we just wanted to get a vocalist that is grounded. I remember that when we spoke to Uto, she just giving up, because with our music that we produce, there's always a concept around it and a message behind it as well. So you know, we spoke to Uto and we said, listen, we want you to tell your story in your language. We are Zulu, myself and TonicVolts. Toshi is Xhosa. And we had never really seen that combination, you know, from a production aspect. So we were like, listen, you go in Xhosa, you tell your story, tell it like it is, you know. And she got in there behind the mic and she just told her story. We feel as a brand that is how that song became that big, because it touched the hearts of our people. The lyrics were relevant. They were discussing issues that we were facing as a country and as the Black people, you know. So it is a very special song. You know, if you listen to those lyrics, you know, it is a very, very, very special song.
Yeah, no, I like it, man. And, you know, even Kususa came on, and then they were like, "Yo, man, you know, they're gonna do their own remix." So, you know, some producers don't like their songs being retouched. how do you feel about remixes? Like, do you guys remix other people's songs? Are you free with people remixing your songs?
Hey, we're very strict, yo.
You have to be choosy.
Hey,
I
we are
mean,
very
within the
strict.
remixing, you have to be choosy. You know? For instance, the only track that has been remixed by us, I think it's only been Mabudede. Oh, Mabudede, right before we did You Were Here, which was remixed by Endless, but it was only Mabudede that was remixed. I think the most important part about Mabudede being remixed is that we felt like it never got out there much, you know, but it needed more feel like because people had to hear the message within the song, you know, which is when we got Kususa, which is where we got Ecstatic Soul, one man orchestra, you know, Ecstatic with the strings, you know, he can get too emotional. So that was part of the whole thing because the song had an important message, you know, that had to go out there. And we felt those were the guys who would actually spread out the message even more too. Because, I mean, I feel we all have our fan base, you know. Everyone has their own huge fan base somewhere. So if we got these two guys, Kususa, Ecstatic, the song would spread out more.
Yeah, man. And at that point when we called up Ikhuzeni had just recently they were newly formed themselves, because prior to that there was Kunzima and there was Samurai Yasusa, you know, just before they had done the Travelers remix. You remember Traveler with Lee's,
Yes.
and that remix was amazing. And we appointed them. Kususa is a very, very close friend to within our circles. They are our brothers. And at that point in time, we felt that they deserved to remix a song that had a highly valued vocalist like Dosh, you know, and and Ecstatic Soul, it was a given. Ecstatic Soul, he never disappoints with remixes. You know, he's an amazing artist. He is also our brother, you know, from Equal Brothers. We are all a unit, so we had him part of the package as well. And you know, both brands just outdone themselves and took the song to new levels. I mean, the song ended up being compiled by Solistic Music. We ended up having to sign a contract with Solistic Music. The song reached new heights. You know, the Kususa remix more in particular. But ultimately, it was a joint effort, and it worked fantastically.
Because Ecstatic 2 also came through with the remix. Like, he came through. So we needed both sounds within Afro Tech, Kususa's Afro Tech, and Ecstatic Soul's more Afro House, orchestra, kind of like sound. Yeah.
Okay. That's not dope, man. You know, it's 2021 now. You know, I'm not gonna speak about the obvious, which is Corona, but I just want to know, like, you know, I mean, we don't know what's gonna happen. So you guys, you know, what is the plan for the year?
Look, man, unfortunately or fortunately, it depends how you look at it. You just have to embrace the moments that you still have, with this life. Look, the online stores are still there. We don't have any excuse not to give out music. The online stores are still running. You know, the lockdown hasn't affected them in any way whatsoever.
Our computer's still working.
You know, we still have electricity. It hasn't gone to a point where ESCOM is like seriously, pinned on the corner that we can't produce. We can't charge our batteries on our laptops and computers and whatnot.
Speakers still work.
Speakers are still there. You know, the studios are still running. So, the long and short of it all is that we are still going to be producing music. We're still going. As a matter of fact, we have some heavy tracks lined up for this year. We're just going to be gradually releasing them. You know, accordingly, as we said earlier on, we plan precisely. You know, whenever we're going to release, we don't just release at random. So people can expect new music coming from us. And we will integrate the idea of music production with doing live sets as well, just to, give out a taste of forthcoming music through live sets. Us along with our fellow brothers within the music industry are working around those ideas just to keep our people entertained while we we work around this pandemic. So business is going to go on as usual. It is going to be a little different, But look, at the end of the day, we will achieve our goals that we have set for ourselves, and we're hoping that the rest of the artists also don't lay back and get emotionally strained by the situation, and just push. Let's push. We are highly regarded as far as music goes, as a nation, so let's just keep pushing. Yeah, we are ourselves going to keep pushing.
Okay, I know. Dope stuff, man. Last question I want to know, obviously, some people, if they want to work with you guys, what's the best way? First of all, do you guys collaborate with like up and coming producers or other producers or vocalists or whatever? And if that's the case, how can people reach out to you guys?
I feel like it's all about what you do as a producer as well, to work with us. How heavy is your stuff? How dedicated are you? Because within this industry, I feel like we have chances, people who are just there because someone else is doing it, but they're not doing it out of the actual love for this thing. They're doing it out of, I want to be seen with these people, or I want to be seen having done this, So you are able to see within that. And also, we do work for ourselves. Like, we want to work. We're also growing, right? So we want to work with people who've already been, who are already exposed out there, who already knowing what's in yazin. They can release. These guys can, something like that. And also, how dedicated are you as an artist? Like, are you in this for good, or are you in this for now just because you want to be with the Cave Man TonicVolts? But again, whoever who wants to work with us, they can reach us on emails. We have music to the caveman@gmail.com. We have the Cave Man TonicVolts@gmail.com.
And look, to if that if those fellow artists, vocalists are tuned in right now, we feel that it is important that everyone understands that with this whole music thing, you have to be business minded as well. We don't necessarily just look at you and just rate you by your sound, but how driven is your business? We have objectives as a brand. We have gone beyond the phase of just producing music, and not having aims. We are aiming to get to a particular point. For example, you could have 10 vocalists who all sing perfectly, but out of the 10, maybe one will sing the way that fits our sound. So it doesn't necessarily mean that the other 9 are bad, but it just means that our business and the direction that it's taking in the brand, we feel that so you can always, whoever wants to reach out to us, you're more than welcome. You can send us an Instagram directly, or use the Cave Man and TonicVolts@gmail.com. Send us a mail there. We're more than willing to listen to new music. And as TonicVolts said, we are also up and coming ourselves. We also learning. We learn every day. So we also would love to collaborate. But a collaboration that you can definitely look out for is one with us with Sky White. There's another one with Argento Dust.
We're currently working.
We're working on that. There's another one with Colors of Sound. We're working on that one there as well. So just to give you an idea of us collaborating, we do collaborate. We know that a majority of our music is all original.
And our Afro House queen, Liz. We have something coming up with
not
her.
Forgetting Liz. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, man, we open.
No, man, like, sounds like you guys, you've got heavyweights, and you're very strategic. Like you keep saying, it's you're business minded. So, you check, okay, cool. It's about making the right moves, I guess, which makes sense, because the industry is tough, man. You gotta know how to move, to make it. So yeah,
sure.
man. Look, bro,
They are
I
really good
appreciate you
producers.
guys. Yeah. I
So as I was saying, sorry.
No, sorry, you were saying, sorry?
Yeah, so as we were saying, to continue, like, there are many good producers out there. Like, there's way too many good producers, especially within the Afro Tech scene. So, which is important to be also business minded within this thing, because you can be as good as you are, but the numbers, they will just disappoint because you were not in there in the business aspects of this thing, you know. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, those are very good insights, man. Very good advice that you guys are giving out. Which, okay, I have to ask. So you guys, are you signed to somebody, or do you guys have your own label?
You're not signed to anyone.
Not signed.
Yeah, we're not signed to anyone. But we do receive mentorship from our big brothers, Black Coffee, DJ Melon, Timber is also part of the team. So we are led by people that are well driven in the industry.
Being in the business.
That's as close as we can possibly get to being in any form of organizational, in any organization, basically. That's as close as we can get. We haven't signed anywhere. We feel, for us, we don't see the point in it just yet, because look, all you have to do is release your music, make your royalties, get your bookings. But if an opportunity comes and we see it viable for the business, then we probably look at it, yeah. But as things stand with our role models, our mentors, DJ Melon, Black Coffee, Temba, we are comfortable. We are comfortable at this point.
Yeah, look, man, spoken like a true entrepreneur. You want to own 100%, but you're not trying to be getting 30% of the cut. You want the whole thing.
It's important that people learn. Like we said earlier on, we're hoping that people that are tuned in here are using your live interview with us constructively. You need to take this opportunity and learn. And even the situations that happen around us, they're there for us to learn. So we know the implications that come with signing. There are many implications. One of which we do not want to find ourselves having to deal with. We feel like we are well equipped. The Senzo plays an integral role in this business, and so do I. And together we are able to manage ourselves without having to sign to anyone. Whenever we need to make a decision that is business related, we sit down, we both discuss it. We both have our qualities outside of music production that entail business. So we say this with all due respect. We are, comfortable. We are able to manage everything on our own. Everything. Yeah.
And that's a good place to be. And I think a lot of artists make a mistake of signing and taking advances and all these things because they are desperate, just to put the lights on. So yeah, man, look, but I hear what you say. In this day and age, it's important for artists to be independent, because we always see these stories, we always see on the papers, we're like, but guys, don't you guys learn? So I'm glad that the new generation of artists are taking the business matters into their own hands. And I'm learning a lot from the interview, and I'm sure a lot of people that are watching this and the ones that are going to watch this after will also take away the gems that you guys have shared with us, man. Thank you so much, man.
We appreciate it, man. Thank you very much for hosting us. We look forward to being on your live interview again soon, man.
Yeah, man. I think next time, we should do like a live, DJ session type of thing. But yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
Nah, 100%, man. It's all good.
Yeah. And then, is there anything that I might have missed that you guys want to say, put out there?
The one thing is just to be on the lookout for our new releases and music. We've got our friend from Mozambique, Sky White. We have a song called Area 51 that will be dropping.
Hot song.
Also Vuma. We have a track called Vuma. It's a vocal track, beautiful work, tribal kind of like song.
Maskandi orientated. You see, here's another thing. Yes, it's a good thing that Senzo has raised this song. You see, with Vuma, you will get that Afro techno drive, There's a, you know, live guitars, and then it has the elements of Maskandi.
Wow.
We literally
Okay.
had a Maskandi vocalist as well, part of the song. All of that will be announced once we release the title and everything, so that you can see who's there, but you can at least know what the concept is. So like we mentioned earlier on, it's about being different, it's about standing out. So a song that is influenced by Maskandi, from what people know about Maskandi, it's a standalone genre. It has never been blended.
Yeah,
It's been blended with hip hop nowadays, but not with house. So we brought it into the house scene. So yeah, we're hoping that you
bringing
guys are
everything
gonna,
together.
yeah, you're gonna, you know, receive it well. You know.
Okay. Look, can't wait for it to drop, man. You know, I know you guys already gave it to, you know. Is the song complete or are you still busy with it?
Bended.
Done.
Just waiting for
I
the.
know, I know, you know, the elite, you know, in this industry, there's the elite DJs that get the drops first, you know. and you
It
guys
doesn't
already
drop.
mentioned that, you know. I know Kofi has it,
No, for
Kofi
sure.
has it.
You know, it has to. It has to. You know, we get our guys that will test it on the crowds. You know, see how the crowds respond to it. You know, it's those guys are very important. You know, you need to get your selected few that you're going to give this exclusive to.
Free music.
Yeah, let them just play it there. Let's see. You know, they take a little clip for us. We see, oh, the guys are responding. Right, now we're going to release it now.
You don't just
Okay.
give out free music. You don't
Yeah.
just give out free music for radio. No. You want to know what the crowd says. So you got to give it to the most important people.
First, unfortunately. And fortunately for them. You know. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, it's a controversial issue, that one. You know, I know some DJs don't like it, but look, I'll wait for it to drop, man. You know, I'll wait for it to drop. Can't wait, gents. So hopefully soon, ne?
No, 100%, boss. You might be lucky. As a matter of fact, we will discuss it. We might just pop you an exclusive.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing,
Yeah, man.
you know?
Yeah, we're gonna table it, we're gonna discuss it. Yeah. We'll just pop you an exclusive, brother. Yeah, man. You can jam to it and you can hear it as well, yeah.
Okay, I know. Thank you, gents, and I know you guys are probably gonna start working now. So yeah, man. Good luck and thanks again for your time, ne?
No, 100%, brother. Thanks for having us, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
Sharp.
Sharp, boss.